All right, thank you for joining me for Getting to Know. I got one more for you today, and I am here with one half of KPK. This is Abu. Thank you so much for joining us.
No worries, bro.
And first question, where are you from and how long you been wrestling?
I am. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the microphone helps.
Right? Yeah. I am from Toronto, specifically in Scarborough, and I've been wrestling for like 3.5, 4 years.
Scarborough, I'll give you Toronto. Some people, like my wife, thinks Oshawa is like the GTA. No. See, he agrees.
Even if you're from like Port Union or Ajax, I don't count you.
Yeah.
Let alone Oshawa. That's insane.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in trouble for that. Quick question. How did KPK, so whether you want to include Karu and Haroon or just you and Ahmed, how did you guys form?
Okay, so the group was originally Ahmed and Haroon, but I've always been close with Ahmed. So Ahmed would always like tease me like, yo, we should tag together. Like we drive together all the time. We have like natural chemistry. We should do it. And I'm like, nah, not really. I don't want to tag. I just want to do single stuff. And then one of our coaches was like, we had in-house shows. And in the in-house show, he wanted, he pitched a really stupid storyline. And I was like, that's pretty lame.
I was going to ask you which coach, but you don't have to answer now.
No. None of the current coaches.
Okay.
Like, he's a good guy, but like, I wasn't jiving with the storyline he pitched. So I was like, how about we have Ahmed and Haroon interfere instead, and then I turn heel, and then we're a group now. So that's how I joined the group. And then me and Ahmed tagged once, and we're like, oh, it's gonna be so easy. We're like best buds. Like, this match was a fucking train wreck. Awful. And Ahmed and I are both sitting in the back. We're dejected. We're like, we got a lot of work to put in.
Wasn't that well? And I was talking to Ahmed about this earlier, but like you guys have a really good yin and yang. Like like he said, he looks like a caveman, and you're like a little bit too Toronto, I think were his exact words. So it really works. And even so, I told Ahmed this. My wife, who's not a big wrestling fan, but she's becoming one with me. But she said like you guys just have an aura. Like when you come out, it's like you guys look like stars.
I like that.
And so for you. So like in your singles run,
you're Mrs. Jeffries.
You're main event Poppy. So have you always had that kind of natural charisma about you, or was it something that like you had to work at?
This is what you see is what you get. Like that's kind of what I do, even when I'm not wrestling. That's how I am. So like I've just always had that. Like when I'm babyface, I try toning it down, but like I've just realized that it just takes away from it. So.
You and Wheeler both have very punchable faces, and I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, I've been told.
You're very Toronto. Like Ahmed was right, very Toronto. So I know what brought you to Barrie, because I asked Ahmed, but what was your first impression? In your match, you worked the pre-show against Matty Z and Brian Sinclair, and little did we know you were probably all working together back then too.
Yeah.
But what was your first impression in a Barrie wrestling ring of like the crowd, of the feeling here?
It was like that pre-show match. I threw like a pump kick or something like 2 nights before in class and like hyperextended my knee.
Oh no!
So I was held together by kinesio tape like I am right now. I liked it. It was cool because Barrie's like when you're new, it's one of the places like you want to get on because it's one of the like good places in Ontario to work.
Yeah.
So I got in there. I'm like, oh, this feels cool. I'm here with like 3 dudes that like I train with. So it was good. I liked it. The crowd was good. It just felt like fulfilling being there,
Well, and Ahmed mentioned like a lot of your coaches are, Fuerza, Saber, Greed, Mark Wheeler, Alexia Nicole, like the who's who of Barrie wrestling.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, Saber and Fuerza have turned into murderous psychopaths, but like I'm sure they're still good coaches.
I like them more, like we had our problems with Wheeler here. We would be tag champs already if it wasn't for him, Jesse.
I mean, you did beat them last month in a great matchup, and I talked to Ahmed about it, but I have to ask you. So here in Barrie, so you're on the pre-show. Like 3 or 4 months later, you're in the match of the year for 2024 with Sinner and Saint. Yeah. In a match that was 100 miles an hour the whole time.
Yeah.
Like take me through that. Like to go from one to the other. Now you're fighting for the titles tonight.
Yeah.
Like in that matchup with Judas Icarus and Travis Williams. Like what's going through your head before, during? I mean, during, I assume it's just keep breathing. And then afterwards, like, how did that feel?
So that whole week I was sick, so I didn't go to class. So I'm just like, then while we're planning, like, we're cool with Jude and Trav, like, So we put the match together, and then I get in there and like we're like circling up for a lockup, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm in here with like we started with Jude, and I'm like, I'm here with Judas, bro. This is like crazy. Like I hope I don't fuck anything up. And then during it was just like go, right? But I wasn't like tired or anything. Like we structured it where there's like places where you can breathe and stuff. And after I like, honestly, I thought there was like stuff I could have done better. So I was like thinking about it. But then Ahmed has his way of like editing videos and making them look great. So I'm like, this match was sick.
So I was talking to Rajan Husher, one of your other classmates earlier, and he tells me, he's like, you're always so negative about yourself. I'm like, I hang out with wrestlers. I've never heard a wrestler be like, my match was good. Yeah. It's always like it was garbage. Alexia is the worst for that. She does not take compliments well. Does not take compliments well. No, that was a great matchup. And then you guys had, your battle with, it was supposed to be Fresh Air, and I still want that match to happen one of these days.
Pin Junior Benito. Bring me that title.
And then Locked and Loaded, you died like 46 times in that match.
I died that week before too.
Oh man. And you gave me a hard time because I laughed when Jesse threw you clean across the ring.
Yep.
But you guys have just put on banger after banger here, and I've got to believe everywhere else you wrestle. Like the talent is incredible.
Thank you.
So you said your first match was awful.
Yeah.
Did you feel like something flipped the switch at some point where you're like, hey, we don't suck?
I don't know. I don't specifically remember where the switch flipped. I guess like I am like just my character. I'm like super like cocky and thing. I'm like, tag wrestling is easy. I'm tagging with my buddy. It's gonna be easy. And then the match sucked. So then I had to like lock in. And I'm like, okay, no, we gotta like figure this thing out. And I don't know. Me and Ahmed get along really well. So we like as we went along, we like started like one match we'd add this, another match we'd add that, and over time it just snowballs, right? So before you knew it, it was like people are like, "Oh, you guys are like a really good tag team." Like, and I'm like, "Well, I guess we are," but like I never saw it as that. I'm just like tagging with my buddy.
It works well. I do have a serious question for you. I asked Ahmed this as well. So wrestling historically very white dominated.
Yeah.
White pushes, white champions, and you've got the evil foreign heel like Iron Sheik or even Jinder Mahal, right? And you and KPK, but like you're a visible minority.
Yeah.
And times have changed. 2025, it's getting better. It's still not great. So how is it as a visible minority in wrestling, and also do you feel pressure to like enact more change in this business?
Honestly, like Ahmed like looks Middle Eastern, right? Like wherever I go, people usually think I'm Spanish, so like I don't really fall into that. But like I am a minority, and like I don't know, the places that I like get booked at, no one's ever asked me to be like a foreign heel. I don't know if it's because like a coach has said use this guy, so then they think I'm good at like a good worker, but like I'm usually just like running spots. No one's ever asked me, oh, can you be a foreign heel? So like, yeah, but I like it. It's cool because we stand out. We're different, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what is your background? I'm curious.
I'm like, my parents are both from Afghanistan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll just mess with people. They'll be like, oh, where you from? I'm like, I'm from Cuba. Like, they was like, oh, no way. Like, da-da-da.
Well, and I know, like, Fuerza has said he never wants to wrestle under a mask. Like, he doesn't want... And I mentioned to Ahmed, like, he doesn't strike me as, like, a Pakistani wrestler. He's a wrestler who's from Pakistan. You're a wrestler whose, parents are from Afghanistan. Yeah. It's who you are, but it's not, like... an integral part, and Rajan Husher is the same way, right? Like, I'm not even sure what his background is. I just know he's an insane painter, right?
Sure, I guess. I
appreciate that about Barrie is that, and I know Sean is big on like never doing that like foreign heel type of gimmick, but no, and it's something I do appreciate. Like, you guys are you're really good in the ring, but you still, like, it's not like you run away from it either. Like, you had Ahmed screaming a curse word in Urdu while you accepted your award, and your team name even is based on that region of the world, right? Because KPK is in Pakistan, or is it like a region?
So KPK stands for, originally it was Karachi, Peshawar, and then I don't know what the other K was for. It was some other province or whatever.
Okay.
But like I like to use it as Karachi, Peshawar Killers,
I like that.
It's cooler.
That is actually that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Now, that was a serious question. I got some fun questions for you.
Yeah.
So, you train with Matty Z, Brian Sinclair, Rajan Husher, and Ahmed. Sorry, you're Abu.
Yeah.
I was asking to Ahmed earlier.
That's me.
So, I know there's probably some other guys, but those are the 5 that we know here in Barrie.
Yeah.
So, of those 5, who is most likely to be late for practice?
Ahmed, Brian, Matty. Easily Matty.
Who spends the most time getting ready before a match, like making sure they look good?
Well, I'd say probably Husher because he does his little eyeliner and stuff.
Who has the best hair?
Ahmed. Easily Ahmed. Like, come on, man. Look at that thing.
Who has the worst taste in music?
Husher. It was brutal.
Ahmed did throw in an outside choice of Haroon for playing like love ballads while he and Karoon were in the front seat.
Okay, so a little sidebar here.
I want to hear the story again.
Driving back from Ottawa, like when it's the KPK car, which is Ahmed, Haroon, myself, and crew. Like those car rides always go by super fast. So we're driving back. Haroon, we let him drive, but we usually don't let Haroon drive because when we're driving back from Ring of Honor, which was in Quebec City, Ahmed had 1 hour of sleep. I had 1 hour of sleep. Haroon had he slept the whole night, and then he slept all the way there. I drove the entire way there. So then Haroon's like, I can take it after I drove 4 hours on the way back.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, take it. He takes it. He takes the wheel. I'm sleeping. Ahmed has a truck, so I'm sleeping in the back, just laid out. My phone's in my arm. My AirPods are there too.
Sorry.
And then I'm just in and out asleep, and then all I feel is the car jerk this way. All my stuff flies to the front. I'm like, what the hell just happened? I wake up. I'm looking. Ahmed's chewing Haroon out. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, what happened? He's like, this idiot fell asleep.
Oh no.
So he swerved into a ditch, and you know how there's those little lines of the highway that once you go over them they go
yeah.
That woke him up, so he swerved back out. So I was like, nah, get out. He's like, no, you guys gotta talk to me and then I'll stay awake. I'm like, no bro, I'm like, pull over, you're not driving anymore. So I'm just dying the rest of this way driving because it's 3 hours left still. And Ahmed's like, I'll switch with you halfway. And I'm like, sure. But knowing damn well I'm not switching with anyone. I'm making sure we get home.
Oh, no. I thought there was going to be a story about Haroon listening to ballads.
No, I'll get to that.
Oh, no.
And then we get to Oshawa, which is still 45 minutes from my house. And I'm starting to fall asleep. So I pull over at a roundabout. And I'm Walking Dead, just walking around in circles to wake myself up. And Ahmed wakes up, sees me, keeps sleeping, and I get us home. But that was another sidetrack of a sidetrack. So back to the original sidetrack. We're driving back from Ottawa. Haroon's driving. I'm sleeping. He's playing this super seductive music, and I'm just asleep, so I don't care. And then Cruz in the front, and he's Cruz is bro, what is this? He's like, you trying to get in bed with me? Change the music, man. And I'm like, yeah, get off. So then he's just playing hard rap, and we're like, okay, that's fine.
Cruz a good-looking guy. I mean,
Cruz is a good-looking guy, but
judge.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, most likely of the five of you to annoy a coach.
Me, definitely me.
Yeah, Ahmed said the same.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Who is the coach you're most likely to annoy?
We got
all of them.
I'd say most likely would probably be Forza, but I don't know. I feel like they get me now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is the craziest of the five of you, either inside the ring or outside the ring, most likely to do a crazy spot or something nuts?
So nuts person would definitely be me, but the nuts spot is I'd say it's Maddie.
All right.
Yeah.
Not the guy who took his shirt off and climbed a snow mountain to accept an award.
See, if we're talking that kind of stuff, then yeah, that would be Ahmed. we all got different types of crazy.
Different types of crazy. I appreciate that. I respect that.
Yeah.
Who is the most positive person in your group?
None of us are positive.
None? Okay. Well, you're all wrestlers.
We're all just
Who's the funniest?
I don't know. I'm not gonna toot my own horn. I'm gonna say it's Miles. Or Brian St. Clair.
Brian St. Clair? That's okay. I mean,
he's a funny guy.
Forza called Vertigo Jeff and Vertigo called Forza Yuli on this, though.
Yeah.
We realize it.
What?
Just don't call Mark a shark.
Mark the shark? The golden fin?
Okay, before we get in trouble, I got one more fun question for you. So let's say Sean Gibson comes to you and says, we're going to book a tag match. You and one of your coaches against another student and a coach.
So me and a coach versus
a student and a coach. What match do you book?
Me and Mark versus Fuerza and another student. I say Ahmed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's funny. I think Ahmed, if I remember correctly, it was him and Greed against you and Wheeler.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys,
book it, Sean.
He sees you and Wheeler. I guess you follow in Wheeler's footsteps a little bit. The punchable faces.
Yeah, the punchable faces.
All right. Last question for you. Where can people find you on social media?
It's at main event Poppy, main event _ Poppy, sorry. On Instagram. Facebook is Abu AZ. Twitter is, I got my own. It's same thing, main event _ Poppy. But then we have a KPK Twitter. How to say anything else?
You have a TikTok?
Nah, I don't have a TikTok.
All right.
Nah, no TikTok. Sorry, guys.
Well, I had to get you and Ahmed today because, and I said this, Tim, I'll say it to you. We were talking about, you guys wrestled Sinner and Saint, and I think you guys now are where they were about a year ago. So by this time next year, I might not be able to get you. I'll have to go through TNA or one of those other businesses to get you.
We'll make it work, though. We'll make it work.
Good luck tonight going for the titles, and thanks so much for taking your time.
Thank you.
This has been Getting to Know. I'll be grabbing some more people next month. Thanks so much for spending time with us. We'll see you again soon.